question was whether or not there are any other, whether there's a gasification plant on any other small island.
I don't know the answer to that.
Carrie, do you know the answer to that question?
I think it's no, but we didn't scan the entire world looking at islands. Sorry.
Thank you.
All right. Can we move on now? All right. Thanks, guys. Now we're going to talk about emissions. People want to know, is the gas emitted hazardous? And I'm assuming that would be a question for Mohammed. Is the gas emitted hazardous? Is the gas emitted from this facility hazardous?
No, absolutely not. The gases from the plant are regulated, as we said, and they'll be monitored, as we said. So the emissions from the plant are lower than the current emissions from the current power production. There is data. There's data that shows a lot of different thermal.
Not of this size.
Sorry.
You don't have data of a plant that you're proposing here.
I would like to make a point and ask my question.
We're not going to have people shouting out from the floor, okay? I'm going to ask you to stop. That's the second time we've had that.
The question was, will the gas emissions from the plant be toxic? And the answer is no.
The question was, will the gas emissions from the plant be hazardous? That was a specific word.
Like we said before, they comply with the all the environmental regulations. So no, they're understood not to be to pose a risk.
Correct. Okay, so let us assume that the plant is working, you have a malfunction.
Yes.
So you have to vent. You have no choice.
Okay.
At that point in time, I am suggesting to you that emission is hazardous. That's number one. The next
Okay.
thing.
Okay. Well, that question. It goes through the scrubber, and it gets flared, so it's no longer CO gas; it's converted to CO2. So the emissions from discharges like that are factored into the permit. They're factored into the environmental impact assessment.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me. There's a lot of people here that have questions. I've got maybe 100
the answer to the question, if you'd like me to answer the question, can you please wait? So the answer to the question is quite simply that those emissions it's an important question. It's a very good question. Those emissions are considered in the environmental impact assessment. They are considered in the permitting process. And those emissions are looked at and considered in terms of the impact on local populations.
Somebody has another question here. I'm sorry, sir. I've got hundreds of questions in front of me. Did anyone assess the negative impact on our tourism industry of importing garbage?
First of all, we're not importing garbage. Second of all, if you look at the shipping industry, where they go right now, the whole shipping industry is under attack because they simply dump their waste 12 miles out. That's not acceptable anymore. So part of what the Minister of Tourism, there's now sustainable tours. I wouldn't have thought of this, but people ask when they go on a ship, how do you get rid of your waste? And they're very upset if the answer is, we just dump it. But right now you can just dump it. That's why you have all these things floating to the shore.
Somebody else wants to know, what's the penalty to the government if we, the people, decline this project? Whether there's a penalty.
I think that's a question you'd have to ask the government.
As much as I'd like to be at a state at 2050 of where all of us don't even have this debate, just like how we've moved past CFCs and the ozone hole is closed, I want to be past this point where we live as a sustainable society. And I want to get there, but I can't wait for that perfect solution today. I want to make the steps. Everything takes its steps by the time we get there. And I don't know the answer. If I did, I'd be a millionaire as well. You know, I think that there are lots of things out there. Waste energy is a new technology that'll take you in that step direction based on what you have today. I don't know if there's something else.
Thanks, Mohammed.
You're going to waste 30
Oh, right. So Claire mentioned a point on the other thing about zero waste concept. Essentially, I assume a lot of you are already aware of zero waste. Sounds like it's something you're quite passionate about, but you don't have control. It sounds like there's some flags of some kind. Oh, you're working on it. So I'd love to see that afterwards. I mean, the thing is, you have to have a plan, you have to have a process, but you have to have companies on board as well. When every time Sony sends a LCD TV, they come with packaging that I don't really want. I just want the TV. Why do I need to buy the styrofoam? Why do I need the box? Why am I paying for that? Take it a step further. Why am I buying the metals in those TVs? I just want to watch the TV. When I buy a washing machine, I'm paying for that steel. Why? And so those are societal questions that we are trying to get towards. Today, what can I do? What can I do tomorrow? But have a plan to get there. As a society, I wouldn't want to be having waste. Why should we have waste?
Okay.